are here with us. We will be starting shortly. Right now, let's make sure that our sound is working. Go ahead and mute that. And we just checked our sound is working. Thank you for joining us. It is a cold, cold day, at least here in Baytown, Texas. The weather shows that the temperature is 32 degrees, but it feels like 20. So it is cold for Baytown. But we are glad that you are joining us and that you are being part of our Medicinal Monday. Before we start with what we have planned for today, I want to go ahead and review what we have done in the last 3 weeks. And we will start with a fire cider. Fire cider, as you know, uses vinegar to extract all the medicinal benefit of everything that we have in here. And in here we have oranges, blood oranges, regular oranges, lemon, lime, jalapeno. Um, we have, oh my goodness, what is the name of this? Um, black pepper. We have onions, red onions. We have cloves. We have star anise. We have rosemary. We have this one may not have it, but this one may also have cayenne pepper in it. Well, both have cayenne pepper, but only one has jalapeno pepper. So this is how we extract all the benefit with vinegar, and the vinegar is apple cider vinegar. I have had some questions about how does it supposed to smell, how does it supposed to look. So let's open this up. Oh, we have also elderberries in here, and I don't know if you could see. Can you put a close up on this? These are the elderberries that we have on top, and cranberries too. And if you smell it, it smells a strong vinegary scent. As long as it's not has any mold, mildew, white mold, black mold, green mold, whatever mold it could produce, then you're good. And this will be, I will start straining this out probably after week 5. Right now, there's no need for it. So usually we let it sit for 4 to 8 weeks. But it is good. The longer you let it sit, the more beneficial it has. So this is what we did on week 1. So this is week 4. So it has been in this container for the last 3 weeks. And I have been shared with you that it needs to be in a dark, cool place. So what I do, because I need to remember to, especially the first week, to turn it. What I did, I put it inside a paper bag, so I could remember. It keeps the sun away, but I remember it's in the corner of my counter. So that is what we did week 1. Can I get a paper towel, please? The second week, thank you. The second week, we infused some honey, and the vinegar extract, and then right here with the honey also do some type of extraction, but we are infusing the honey with different herbs that we may see that the beneficial to us. So as I always share, you want to make sure that you use, and I mean, you learn about what herbs best work for you. And if ginger is best work for you, you could infuse some ginger in some honey. If garlic is what you need, because let's say garlic also helps with blood pressure, if it helps with cholesterol, and if that's what you need, and you wanted to do it in a honey form because you do not like the way it tastes somewhere else, and that's what you do. So you do your research based on what it is that you what herb benefits your body, and then you infuse it. So I showed you ginger and garlic that day, but I have honey and cranberries. My husband needed honey and turmeric because now he's a good um, snack that he does is banana, honey, and turmeric. So instead of having it all three ingredients, well, we infuse this one so he could just pour it in on his banana. And then you have honey and onions. This one will help for, especially for those coughs. And let's say that you or your child or your family member don't like any of the other ingredients, honey and onion work very well. We have honey and elderberry. And elderberry is very good for the cold season. It has all those extra nutrients that you need. We have honey and lemon. And this is good for a good, in case you are having a sore throat. It is very, very good. And honey and cinnamon, based on whatever needs that you may have. So cinnamon is very warming, especially when you feel extremely cold. Honey, ginger are good, and turmeric are good warming um, herbs. So you can do, and you could do this with any herbs that you want. Okay, any herbs that you want, you could do on this too. So this is what we did during week 2. You have any questions so far? Any questions or comments?
No, no one. As much as fear not, for I am with you. Be not disturbed, for I am God, am your God. Let somebody make Swayze with me.
Well, thank you for sharing the scripture. We do trust God, and God is the one that created all this earth for our health. So thank you for sharing. Any other questions? On week 1 or week 2?
Yes, on week 2, my goal is floating and bubbling. Is that safe?
Yes. Garlic. This is the our garlic. If you see, all of our garlics are floating, and it is safe. Um, as long as there's, if you look at mine, as long as there's no green or black or any mildew growing, it is good. Just make sure that the garlic is always covered with the honey. Okay.
So,
And that's for any of our honey infusions, for our fire cider, for anything that we do. We want to make sure that our herbs are covered. Any other questions before we go on what we did on week 3?
how long before I can start using my infused honey?
That infusion is 2 weeks old, right? Today makes 2 weeks, so you could start using it now. You could leave it with the herbs in, it will become stronger, or you could just strain it and you could start using it. Um, it's your preference, but 2 weeks is the ideal for them to be infused in honey, so you could get most of the beneficial properties of it. That's it.
Uh, do I need to shake my fire cider every day?
Your fire cider, we wanted to do that at the very beginning, but it does no longer has to be. As long as you do it 1 or 2 times a week, that's good enough. Sometimes I do it 3 times, sometimes I do it 2 times, sometimes I just forget and I just do it once. That's why I needed to keep it here, um, so I could remember. Well, those are good questions. Thanks for asking. The next, what we did last week was elderberry and oregano oxymel. The elderberry is very beneficial, so is the oregano. You know, the oregano is stated as one of the natural antibiotic. And an oxymel uses vinegar and honey. If you look at the ones that we done last week and the week before, well, week 1, which was with vinegar, week 2 was with honey, week 3 is a combination of the two, because some people do not like the tartness or acidity of the apple cider vinegar, and something that the honey is just too sweet. So an oxymel uses both. So it extracts and also it preserves the herbs. And this is going to be a good remedy for fighting an infection, sinus infection, cold and flu infections because of the oregano. So elderberry and oregano is what we did last week. And I hope you heard that pop. So you want to go ahead and, oh, and let me show you what it looks like in the inside. So this is what it looks in the inside. It's just all the herbs are floating. It smells slightly acidy and slightly sweet. So it's a combination of the two. Question?
Why want there bubbles in my meal like there were in my honey?
Why they are not?
Why they want?
Oh, why they're not? This one, it does have a little bubbles, but very, very little. The bubbles are done for the fermentation of the honey. But you don't have to have bubbles in it. The honey ferments, and that is what, and those little fermentation, those little gases is what you may see. But it just depends on how much honey you put versus how much um, apple cider vinegar. Remember, the solution is supposed to be half and half to start. Half oregano, half vinegar and apple cider vinegar and half honey. But depending on your taste buds, um, is how much you put. Remember that you want to make an infusion and an oxymel and a fire cider that you will actually take. So if you have to increase the honey, increase the honey. And if you want to decrease the honey, decrease the honey. It is your remedy. Do the research. You decide what it is that your body needs and play with it, But also want to remind you that this content is for educational purposes and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Always consult your qualified healthcare provider before starting any herbal or wellness practice. I need to make sure that I include my disclaimer because I am not a doctor. Okay, so any question on this? Was week 3 on the oxymel?
The vinegar prevents bubbling.
The vinegar does prevent some of the bubbling, yes. Because you see, if you remember this one, there was no bubbles here. Okay, so, and this one there was bubbles. So when you mix the two, the vinegar will prevent some of the bubbles. That's how come you don't see big bubbles on this one. Any other questions?
Can I take my oxymel and fire cider at the same time?
Um, the oxymel, yes. The simple answer is yes. You could take any herbs that you want at any time together, mix. What is important is that you also study the synergy of the herbs that you are using to make sure that they don't contradict each other. But the oxymel, because it's honey and vinegar, apple cider vinegar, it is really made for every day. You can take it every day. The fire cider is more of a to take care of a illness or take care of the cold and the flu. Oxymel is more of a preventative, but yes, you can take both of them. Because when you do the fire cider, at least when I take my fire cider, I'm going to add some honey because I'm not sure that I'm going to like all that vinegar. So it would eventually, by quote, be like an oxymel. Okay. So that's all the questions that we have. Okay. So let's get started into what we are going to do today. Today we are going to do a probiotic. Okay. A probiotic drink is a beverage made from fermentation that combines beneficial bacteria and yeast. Traditional fermented drinks were used to support gut and digestive health, maintain a healthy balance in beneficial bacteria, support nutrient absorption, Gently support immune function and provide a nourishment alternative to sugar store bought drinks. One thing that I have increased my probiotic or my fermented drinks is because, especially when you go to the doctor and they give you antibiotics, it kills the bad bacteria. But along killing the bad bacteria, it kills the good bacteria. So it kills all bacteria, regardless if they're good or bad. So once you are on antibiotics, especially when you are in antibiotics for over 5 days, you your gut biome is not as healthy as it should be. So it also makes you prone to other illnesses. So including a probiotic drink or foods, um, because for probiotic food I do onions and sauerkraut, cabbage. You could do increase those for your gut biome. So probiotic drinks is also an extra boost. Okay, and this is similar if you are familiar with kombucha. It's very, very similar to kombucha, but we do not have a SCOBY. We don't have that, which we will make later on. So what we are, or the fermentation that we are going to do, the probiotic soda that we are going to do is going to be with our ginger bug. And our ginger bug, we created some videos on our ginger bug and how we made it. And our ginger bug is just simple, fresh ginger. Organic is best. Sugar, and it needs to be sugar. I mean, it's best with the white sugar. And some of us may say, white sugar is not healthy for us, but it's good for the to provide food or for the bacteria and the yeast that is going to be making, which will make our ginger bug healthier. So, and then once you taste it, there's no sugar because it is the yeast, and the wild yeast that are here. This living culture will eat all the sugar. That's how it survived with the sugar. So how we did this one, it was 2 cups of unchlorinated water, 2 cups. I use distilled water. Then 2 tablespoons of ginger, 2 tablespoons of sugar. And then we mixed it. The next day we came and we did the same thing with 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of ginger. We mixed it. The next day, 1 tablespoon of sugar. We did it for five. I think this one we did it for 6 days, 6 or 7 days, until we started seeing more bubbles around, and then we knew that our fermentation. We did 2 methods. The other methods that we did, the ginger bug, was based on doing it all at once. We did I think it was a quarter cup. I mean, a half a cup of ginger and a half a cup of sugar, and we just stir it every day. And as a matter of fact, let me share with you what our ginger soda looks like. Can you get it for me in the refrigerator? One of these bottles in that refrigerator. I totally forgot. I wanted to show you what a ginger ale soda look like. Meanwhile, let me go get some cups so we could taste them all live here. So the way we did our ginger soda is the same way, or our ginger ale is the same way that we are gonna do our sodas. Okay, so you wanna try it too, cameraman? So I'll tell you how to do it, but this one is in the refrigerator because we wanted to make sure that it is the carbonation slows down. So we may need some paper towels, but hopefully not. So this is the ginger soda, or the ginger ale. So right here we are going to, oof. So This is actually our ginger soda. You want to try it? This one, I did not let it carbonate as much. That is good. You could taste more ginger than the actual ginger that you buy in the store without artificial flavors. But this is good. Okay, and we didn't need the paper towels. So that was made with a ginger bug. So we are going to make some today. So what we're gonna do is we need approximately 1 cup. We're gonna do almost a gallon. So we need, let's see, can you get that one for me? No, you can't hit it. Okay, let's go ahead and get my other ginger bug. I have to. Could you get my other one? It's in the refrigerator. Oh, here goes. You did untying it. Okay, so that's the pressure building up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure we have 1 cup of our ginger bug. That's almost there. And what we'll do for to this one is I am going to add 1 cup of distilled water, and then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1 tablespoon of ginger, and then I'll leave it out for tonight, and then tomorrow I just put it back in the refrigerator. Okay, so now we have a ginger bug, and we need 1 tablespoon. I mean, approximately 40 milliliters, so almost 2 ounces of it per bottle. These bottles are the bottles that we are going to be using. So you ask, what soda are we going to make? Can you get us our soda? Our juices, our tea? I'll show you how, because it's so cold, and I did that this morning to save us some time. I put them outside to cool. So this is less than room temperature, but that's fine. So this is pineapple tea, pineapple juice, and it is. I cut 1 pineapple in half, and I washed the skin very well. So I boiled the pineapple and the pineapple skin I brought it to a boil, and then I simmer for 20 minutes. So that's how we did this one. So we're gonna make some pineapple soda. On this one is we love hibiscus, Jamaica. So we did pineapple and Jamaica. And what I did is I did the other half of the pineapple, and also a half a cup of the hibiscus flower. So what we're gonna do is we are going to measure our ginger bug. Please remember that when you are making this at home, that this has to be room temperature or cooler. It cannot be hot. If you put this hot into our recipients, it's going to kill the ginger bug, and then it's not going to ferment, and it's not going to carbonate. So what we're going to do is we are going to bring 40 milliliters, which is almost 2 ounces, and we are going to put it in here, and we're going to do that to every bottle. And this is what's going to ferment and carbonate our sodas. I was really I knew the benefits were there, but I didn't think I was going to like the ginger as much as I liked it. So we are putting about an ounce and a half in each of these. No questions so far? We are short a little bit. So let me show you. We are short a little bit, so we are going to pour a little bit more of our ginger bug here. Hopefully I don't make a mess. We want to get to 40 milliliters. There you go. And then, wrong one. Here we go. Okay. So what we did is that we pour a ginger bug into our bottles. We're gonna do 3 bottles of pineapple soda and 3 bottles of pineapple hibiscus soda. So now that we have our ginger bug inside, we are going to now pour our soda. Make sure all the sugars. Now, I forgot to tell you this. When you are making your tea or your hibiscus, whatever you want to do, pineapple, you have to make sure that you add enough sugar here. For every gallon, you should have a minimum of 2 cups of sugar. Why so much sugar? Because that is what's going to feed the bacteria, the yeast in your soda. If you don't, the ginger bug is a living culture, so it needs to be fed, and it can only be fed, well, with sugar and real sugar. We're not doing artificial sugar or artificial sweeteners or nothing artificial. It has to be sugar. Now, if your sugar is not sweet enough, or doesn't have it's gonna take longer. It's not that it's not gonna ferment on carbonate, it's that it's just gonna take a little bit longer. So that is important to know. Question?
How do I know my ginger bug is active enough to use?
Because when you have your ginger bug outside before you refrigerate it, like I had this outside, it was bubbling. And then you could also tell when you shake it, you see all those bubbles. So those bubbles tells you that there's some type of fermentation inside. Okay. And the cooler, the warmer it is, remember your ginger bug, when you have it on the outside, when you want it to activate, you want it between 75 degrees and 85 degrees. You don't want it below 75 because it's going to take way longer to ferment. And you don't want it above 85 because it starts killing some of the probiotics that is in here, some of that yeast. Any questions?
For the ginger bug, was it 1 cup ginger and 1 cup sugar? Did you add water? That's someone called D with the double.
Okay, so there's 2 ways for you to do a ginger bug. 2 cups of distilled water, and then you could do half a cup of sugar and half a cup of ginger. Fresh ginger, try to make it organic. Chop it up, and you could put it there, and every day you just shake it. You will also put it, you could You see that created. So you could put it lightly for the first few days, right? So what you want it to do, you don't want it to build carbonation. What you want it to be fermented. So you make it lightly, just put the cover on it. You could put a cheesecloth over it. And then every day you stir it. Or until it does its thing. Or that is what I call the easiest lazy way of doing a ginger bug. Or you could do it the longer way, which is 2 cups of water, still the same amount of cup of water, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of ginger, and then you stir it. And then every day until it ferments, you add 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1 tablespoon of ginger. That is the longer process. That was the process that I have used in the past, except I wanted to explore this last time, and I found that it worked. It worked pretty well. And the my ginger ale is made up with that one that was all at one, the lazy one, if you will. So that is our ginger bug, and then it takes 5 to 7 days. Now that it's cold, unless your kitchen is warm, which a lot of our kitchens are not warm, you are going to have to do it really in an area where you can see it and not forget it, but that is warm, at least 75 degrees. Some of you may say, oh, what about I could put a heating mat? Unless you have something that tells you the temperature, like in one of the videos that I had used for my kombucha that has the temperature on the side, the temperature strip, that you can actually monitor it. I would not suggest that you do that, because once it goes above 85, you're killing it, and it's not going to work. Okay. Any other questions?
Why didn't my soda carbonate? Come the reason why.
I will tell you in a little bit how to make sure that your soda carbonates. That's I had a question ahead of what we're doing, but that is an awesome question. Any other questions about the process right now that is online? No questions?
How much ginger bud do I need for smaller batches for
So
fermentation?
for each bottle, we put 1.5 ounces. Now, if you're doing a big batch all at once, like I did for my ginger ale, it is 1 cup per gallon. Okay. Any more on the chat?
No, someone say thank you. Double.
Oh, you're welcome. So what we're gonna do now, this is our pineapple tea, juice, however you want to do it. You could also have heard some people that just juice the pineapple juice. I mean the juice the pineapple, and then you just add sugar. I haven't done that one, but this one is half of a pineapple um, with the skin. I make sure I washed it first, and then I brought it to a boil, and then I simmer it for 20 minutes. So now let me see, make sure that we get it here. We are going to bring it to the first neck of the bottle because we want enough room for this fermentation and carbonation. So now, hopefully I don't make a mess. Okay. And these are going to be, ooh, I went over on that one. So if you can tell already that there is some fermentation already on this, and what we'll do with this, we'll just drink this like juice, like pineapple juice. So that's there. And then so now we just did our pineapple, and now we're gonna do our pineapple hibiscus. Remember we did.
You don't rinse them.
No, I did not. No, I'm not rinsing it. First of all, I'm not rinsing it because it's for us. And second of all, that's why I put the pineapple first, because it's just pineapple. This is pineapple and hibiscus. That's a good question. This is pineapple and pineapple and hibiscus. So if I use the pineapple first, then I won't get no hibiscus. Now I wouldn't do it the other way. If I was doing it the other way around, then I would have rinsed it because I wouldn't want any hibiscus in my pineapple. Okay. So now we are going to do this one. And like I said on the sugar, I added a cup and a quarter of sugar. 1.25 cup of sugar on this one. Because I was making this fresh and I didn't know how much sugar content the pineapple was going to have. So I want to make sure that I have enough sugar. You know, I got to add some more on that one, right? I got my cameraman / husband over here telling me when to stop. We got to get it to this mark right here. Okay. So let's making a mess here. Okay. So what we'll do now is that we are going to just put the little lid on it like this, and it's only to keep out the bugs because we are cutting down one process. Now, if you want to, you can put your ginger bug here when the juice was up there. You could put your ginger bug here, and you could put your ginger bug here, and leave this just like this on your countertop until it ferments, right? And then you can then bottle it for the carbonation. But I wanted to just do it all at once. So we are going to keep this lids right here light. We are not tightening it, and we're going to leave it like this for 3 to 5 days, depending on the temperature in your house. 3 to 5 days, so the ginger bug can ferment this entire amount of juice or tea or whatever wort if you're doing ginger ale. So you leave it in a good temperature, 75 between 75 and 85 for 5 days. Then what we'll do after 5 days, we'll tighten it. Okay, and then it will build its carbonation in the next 5 to 10. I mean, 3 to 5 days. So this can take approximately 6 days to 10 days to from start to finish. So what we'll do is I'm gonna do some short videos. Remember to do some short videos every day so you could see the process of it as YouTube shorts, so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so right here you see the pineapple by itself, and then you see the darker one, which is the hibiscus and pineapple and hibiscus. And then these, we will be drinking it just like that throughout the week. That will be our juice per se, provided it's not too sweet, and it shouldn't be. Any other questions? Nope. Okay, so today we added our ginger bug. We did 1.5 ounces of our ginger bug into our soda bottles or beer bottles, however you want to call them. And then we filled it up to the first neck, to this neck right here. So I'm waiting for this bubbles to go down to see if actually I need to add some more. These ones are pretty good. So then we're gonna make sure that they're covered lightly just to keep the fruit flies away, because the fruit flies will try to get into your drink. And then after it's fermented between 3 to 5 days, then we are going to close them up. So then carbonation starts. Okay. And this one, you saw how it popped and it was hard to eat because it had built carbonation. So this is how you make your homemade soda. I think somebody has a question.
Is is this raw sugar? No. Is it raw sugar used?
I have done my ginger bug with raw sugar, and I have done it with regular sugar. Those two works. Um, some people use um, no, Splenda will not work. Artificial sugars will not work. Stevia is not gonna work. Um, it has to be sugar in the raw, regular sugar, cane sugar, any sugar. Brown sugar will work. It's just gonna take a lot longer. For you to have the fastest ginger bug, it will be regular white sugar. And remember, that sugar will be eaten up by the yeast and the natural bacteria. So it's not gonna, the sugar intake is not that much. Now, I'm going to let you know that if you keep this too long fermenting and too long carbonating, and when I say too long, is above 5 days and is in a temperature of 75 to 85, you can end up developing around 0.5% to 1% of alcohol. So, and there's ways that you can test the alcohol context. This video, this live is not for you to make alcohol. There's other process that you have to do. But just know that if you keep it fermented too long, you will be end up making alcohol. You said it'll turn a little bitter and then into like, it's like wine. And it will continue the process. But we want to have sodas, probiotic sodas that are good for us, that taste good. I'm still enjoying my ginger ale. I just now replaced my store-bought soda. So I need to keep making these because I did used to consume a lot of ginger ale from the store. And I know it wasn't good for me. And that is the reason why I started my ginger bug, so I could start making my own soda so I could cut down. And to me, I just realized that that little bit, that was probably what, 4 ounces, is as filling as the whole can of soda. So it satisfied my taste bugs for ginger ale. Any other questions? No. Thank you for watching. I can't remember exactly what we are doing next week, but we will be here. We will go live to make sure that we keep learning on how to use our food from our garden, or things that we could prepare that is healthier for ourselves and for our gut. Remember, our health should be our priority. We can't do anything in life with bad health. So let's take it a little step at a time and change little small things every time we can. One thing every month we can change, or one thing every 2 months we can change. As long as we are changing at least one little small thing for our health to get better, and for us to do, to be here for our loved ones and our families and our children, our grandchildren, if we have grandchildren, and for those people that care and love us. As many of you, I am no longer on my autoimmune disorder medicines, and it's all because of small changes. I could do a lot more changes to do a lot better, but the small changes have gotten me healthy enough for me to do what I love to do. So thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next time.
As well.
And my husband keeps reminding me to tell y'all, health is what?
It's well.
Health is wealth. That is his slogan. Okay. Thank you for watching. See you next week.
Are you sure you want to stop screaming? Yeah, right.